this idea of having the mainstream love and then having, you know, your peers into it, I think that you can go back to the history of your band and of your family and kind of maybe see why you guys musically were formed a little different than other bands were. So just tell me, how strict was it in terms of popular music and popular culture when you were like 13 or 14 or 12, or the things that you were allowed to hear or see?
Zero.
Yeah, by the time we were, you know, 13 years old, you know, just like any rebellious kid, we would go out and be what we thought was rebellious. I mean, the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater was Titanic. So actually, no, it was Twister. It was Twister.
Was Independence Day.
It was Twister. And so, you know, and that was like rebellion at its best for us.
Oh, rebellion was you getting a bowl cut.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
In Louisiana, one summer he comes back with a bowl cut, and my parents were like, "Oh my gosh, what?
The devil.
You're going to hell!" Like, "Oh my God, you have just blasphemed. What the hell are you thinking?"
So, what was the first thing in popular music or popular culture that kind of smacked you in the head, and then it was like, okay?
Probably Pearl Jam for you.
Yeah, definitely. I listened to oldies music.
Because of your parents? Like your parents listened to oldies, or this was you?
No, it was me. I was always pretty old-fashioned, and I don't know. Oldies music was just kind of, you know, it was something that it was wholesome enough, and I didn't feel bad when I listened to it. But then I heard Crimson and Clover, and I was like, wow, it sounds amazing, and I want, you know, it made me want to make music. And then my uncle told me it was about the guy taking a girl's virginity in the grass, and I was like, wow, you know. And so, I mean, you start to realize that all this music that you're listening to, no matter how harmless it may seem, you know, they're all music has a little edge to it. So it was like, sweet. And I was in, and a guy came to my school and wanted to fight, because he went to the public school. We went to a little Christian school. He went to the public school, and me and Nathan would go to basketball games at the public school because we played basketball. And like at halftime, all of the cheerleaders would come and sit around us and be talking to us, and all the guys that went to school with them were pissed at us. Because we would just walk in and all of the girls would come to us, and it was like, so he came to my school and he had like 3 cars full of guys with him. He's like, meet me at the Iron Bridges or something like that. I was like, what? He said, meet me at the Iron Bridges, we're going to fight. He had a big dude with him with a baseball bat. I said, get the out of the car right now and let's fight. He was like, no man, meet me at the Iron. I said, I know what you're going to do with all your boys. I said, come on, dude. And I reached in there and I touched him on the nose. I was like, and excuse my language. So I got in my buddy's car and he put on some Pearl Jam, and I was just getting
that was it.
I was getting pumped, and I was like, I'm about to kill this guy.
And that was it.
But then a slow song came on, and I was like, come on, be at peace, kid.
What about you? What was the first thing that smacked you in the head?
Oh man, I'm kind of cheesy. It wasn't anything that the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds.
Not cheesy, man.
That was like the first record that I heard that I was just like, holy shit, like this is amazing. Like, and there for a while, for probably about 2 years straight, every time I would go into a record store, I would buy a copy of Pet Sounds and give it to someone that didn't have it, just because I thought this needs to be heard. So yeah, Beach Boys, that was my first.